If you own a website or ever thought about having one, you've probably heard of Hostinger. Hostinger has everything you need to manage your website, including the hosting, domain name, and even the website building. The last time I was checking it out, I found another additional service called Hostinger Horizons, which is a great way to build online apps or web apps using AI from within Hostinger. How cool is that? So in this video, I'll show you how to use this great feature, the Hostinger Horizons. First of all, you can go to their website, that's horizons.hostinger.com. Of course, you need to be signed in with your account. Or if you are on your Hostinger dashboard, go to the websites tab and add a new website, and you'll find the Hostinger Horizons option here. Now, what you do is basically write a prompt of what you want your app to do, and it builds it all. Simple as that. So I've gone to ChatGPT and I had 5 app ideas, and you can go ahead and enter the prompt yourself manually, or go to ChatGPT and ask it to generate a prompt for this specific idea. So let's start with the first idea. I thought of having a color palette that, for example, if you are designing a website or a flyer, any design, and you want a color palette based on a specific color, for example, blue. And this is the prompt that I had ChatGPT generate for me. Create a simple color palette generator web app. Users can input a base hex color or click a button to generate a random color palette of 5 colors. So 5 colors that are matching together. And now let's click here in order to design or finish our web app. And just like that, in less than a couple of minutes, the color palette generator is now created. So you see how easy is that, from a simple prompt to a fully working web app. And you can see the mobile view or switch between the mobile and desktop view or expand it to full screen. And here they give me like an example color palette. Let's add a color, for example, light red, and generate a palette based on these colors. And here are the colors of the palette, and they even give me the color code for each color, and I can copy it. Now let's try maroon. Okay, generate, and they give me another palette. Now keep in mind that you can make any edits of the app that you've built. However, it'll cost you an extra credit. So as you can see, I am on the free trial. So I have 5 daily messages here, and I used 1, so I have 4. So any edit that I want to make, so for example, I want to make it more like feature rich, or edit like the appearance, add any elements or stuff like that. Anything that I add, while it will be added automatically and edited automatically, it'll cost me from my daily messages. So this is one idea. And as you can see, I didn't need to make anything or write any line of code. Now, next up, I want to build a daily mood journal where you basically select an emoji or write a small brief message daily depending on your mood. So this is the prompt that ChatGPT generated. Build a mood journal web app where users select an emoji to reflect their mood, type a short note, and save it with today's date. Also, I can add any like details that I want, so display saved entries in a list with options to edit or delete them. And here I'll add make the date visible in the app. Okay, now click on the button and it'll do its magic, and in less than a couple of minutes I'll have my app ready. And boom, the mood journal is ready. Now here I can select an emoji, the date is visible as I asked it to do, and I can add a message right here and save the entry. So let's select this emoji, for example. Let's say I'm angry, and let's save the entry to see if it adds a list. And yep, it does add a list or history of recent entries at the bottom right here. Now again, I can make any edits. However, I don't want to take from my daily messages. So I have 3 more ideas to show you. And the next one is a pretty simple QR code generator where you can add a link and it'll generate a QR code for this link, for example. So this is the prompt that ChatGPT generated. Okay, let's generate the app. And sure enough, the QR code generator is built. Now I'll wait for like a second in order to view the interface, and here it is. So I can enter a URL or text and it'll generate a QR code for me. So let me enter google.com, for example. Okay, generate QR code. And the QR code is generated. Now, once I scan this QR code with my phone, I'll be redirected to google.com. How cool is that? Next up is a simple budget tracker. Now I'm trying to show you multiple types of apps to test the exact power of hosting your horizons. Now this is the prompt that ChatGPT generated based on the description that I want to build a budget tracking web app. So here with fields for transaction name, amount, and drop down to select income or expense. K displays the transactions in a table and show the running balance on top. And let's change the background color. Okay, make the background color yellow and let's do it. Okay, here it is. It did build it in a modern sleek design, minimalistic and to the point, and in yellow as I told it to do so. So let's test it. Test transaction. Okay, the amount is $20. If it's income or expense, let's say income. Now at transaction, it's added. Now let's add an expense, so car payment. Okay, the amount is, let's say, $10, and it's an expense. Okay, add the transaction, and now it's deducted and added to your expenses. And here it does show you your current balance. So from income of $20, and I paid 10, so I have $10 remaining. Now, last but not least, I want to show how you can build a weather web app. So basically you enter like the city name and it shows you the weather in the city. And this is the prompt that ChatGPT created for me. So create a weather dashboard where users input a city name and the app fetches and displays current weather details, including temperature, humidity, and an icon using the Open Weather API. So that's pretty important. You need to connect to a weather API for this specific service. So let me add, I have here temperature, humidity. Let me add wind and rain, for example, status. Okay, and let's go. Again, it's gonna take like less than a minute and it'll generate the app for you. And here it is. Of course, I can change the color if I added this detail in the prompt, but it generated this default like purple violet color. So you can enter the city name and it'll generate or get you and fetch you the weather for this city. Now, as you can see, it's pretty easy to build web apps that are highly customizable and feature rich. And what's cool about that is that I did manage to build these amazing apps without knowing a single line of code. So if you want to build great looking web apps and you don't have any prior knowledge of app building or coding, hosting your horizons is definitely the way to go for you.